Hey guys, welcome back to Thread and Glue. I thought today we would go in and work on our journal that we've been making. This is as far as we've gotten so far. We've gotten the cover made, the tassel is done, the inside is covered nicely, and we've done trim on all of our papers, but that's all we've done. So I thought we would just start in the beginning and work our way through it and see where it takes us. So I guess the first thing we need to think about is our cover page. What do we want our cover page to look like? So I don't really have any frames. I would like to have a frame. Let me look through some of these papers that I've printed off and see if there are any frames in it. Oh yeah, there's a pretty one. That'll work good. This is the pretty one that I found. And I think that frame will be really pretty on our front page. So I will cut this out and we will work on it from there. I do have a paper cutter, but it's kind of inconvenient to put under the camera. So we'll just cut this out by hand. And I hope you guys are doing good. It's been a little bit of a while since I've talked to you. I wonder if your days are going good, or if what you're working on, what you're accomplishing. These are some printables that I printed from Etsy, and I think this is one of Tsunami Rose's printables, if I'm not mistaken. I did print quite a few of hers. That's Daisy. That's Tsunami Rose. And I think we're going to frame the front here, and I may save it for a picture to actually be put in it, or I may stamp in it. I haven't decided. Not yet. You know, these scissors, they cut nice, but they feel like they cut crooked. I don't know if that's possible for a new pair of scissors to cut crooked, but that's what they feel like. They feel like I have to kind of fight them to stay going straight. I don't know why that is. But we may drag that cutter over here anyway, because I don't like this. Not at all. We're getting these chopped up. I've got a few other journals plans in the works. I had a really fun time today with my daughter, Katie. She is decided she wants to learn how to make books. So we've been learning this morning together. And that will fit nicely. I think I'd like it to still come down a little bit smaller and straighter on the edges. So let me get our cutter over here so we can work with it. Get rid of those scissors. The cutter is that cutter that I did a review on by Carl. It's a really good cutting machine. I say it's a machine, but really it's not electric or anything like that, you know. I don't know if you can really call it a machine. But here it is, and we can line it up. You line it up on the edge here. Yeah, my cut is way crooked. So we definitely got to get that chopped off. Yeah, that's much better, much nicer. Let's do the other side. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut some off the top and the bottom too, just because I think it'll be a little bit nicer to be smaller on that page. Not too much, because I don't want to cut all the print off, but that's enough. It'll take that a little bit off. What do you think? We need to straighten that front on the top up. I almost cut it too short, didn't I? On that top. I have to try to get it straight. Let's look at it on our book again. That'll be pretty nice. We can gringe up those edges some and put something in the middle of that. What do we want to put in the middle? Do we want a picture of a person? Maybe a paper doll? Let's look at some options. We have paper dolls, so I'll pull one of them out. Oh, we have a butterfly too. Might be kind of fun. It's the right size. Not really the right coloring, but be fun. It's an option. He's a little small, but he's kind of cool. There are a lot of butterflies in here. None with the right coloring, though. Let's try a different one. There's a butterfly. No. How about that couple there? It's kind of cool with them hanging outside the frame, isn't it? I don't know. I might like that. We'll try a smaller one just to see. Here's a couple ladies. Poke out these little edges. See what they look like. Oh yeah, I like them much better. Okay, they're gonna be it. So let's move our book and get rid of our trash. I've got glue all over my craft mat now. Stuck on. I'm going to flip these ladies over, get rid of that little punch out part. And we're going to glue them. I think I'm just going to use some Elmer's stick glue. I don't know if it'll hold it if the paper dolls are too thick or not, but we're going to try it. Now you see why my mat is so glued up, because I have glue right on it. Probably not wise if you want to keep your mat in good shape. But I have told myself that this is a craft mat, after all. So, for myself to get over it. But, it drives me bananas. They look so cute on there. Let's get us some distressing ink and distress them some. Do you want to use vintage photo or walnut stain? I think we'll go with walnut stain just because I like it because it's so much darker. I glued it down. I do like torn edges, but sometimes they're just fine straight. Since it's the cover of our book, I thought I'd try it straight. These are some really pretty printables that I found on Daisy's site. Yeah, they look really nice on there. Almost looks like a photo done that way, doesn't it? Let's bring our book back and decide where exactly we're going to put them. You know, I don't know that I wouldn't want them over here. Yeah, I think I do. I think it looks really nice on the inside like that. Maybe if I put them down some and glue the 3 sides, I could still use it as a pocket. That would be nice. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get our Fabri-Tac out and glue our 3 sides. I'm going to have to get some more Fabri-Tac. I'm almost out. We used a lot of it this morning. That's good stuff. Really good, since I figured out I had to cut the hole so much bigger so that it would start flowing. Because it was not flowing very well at all. Oh, you guys, I watched a video by Lizzie Brewer. She has a couple of amazing sewing journals that she's working on. And if you haven't got a chance to take a look at it, you should really hop on over to her channel and check them out. They are really, really nice. And the sewing journal is something I've wanted to do but haven't. And she's making me really want to do one. And that's good. I like it when a video does that to you, a person, you know. There, that's really cute. Now, let's see, I've got postcards and all kind of, let's try one of these postcards in there and see if that works for a pretty little thing. Let's just grab one. We can always grunge it up afterwards. Oh yeah, that's going to look so cute in there, y'all. Let's put some stain on it, of course, and stain it up. My sweet little Lizzie, I just love watching her. She will make me smile even when I'm not feeling like it. And that is a rare thing when someone can do that. And that is a true blessing. I'm pretty sloppy with this because I think when stuff ages, it's kind of sloppy the way it ages. It doesn't actually age in perfect stripes or corners or anything like that. So I just kind of throw a little bit of extra here and there to see if I can grunge it up some extra. That looks pretty grungy. You know, I didn't do the back. I guess we could do a little bit on the back, couldn't we? It's a nice place to journal, though. Just a little color. A little something, something. There. That looks really nice in there. Perfect. Got that little stamp sticking out. I like it. I still don't know what to do on my first page, though. So what can we do that's going to really look good there, but not take away from everything else? Let's see if we have one of these clusters we made with the fabric that would work good. Maybe something like that. Oh, that's a good size for that page. Let me pull out the other fabric ones we made and just decide if we want any of them instead. I made this one that's spring, and I like it, but I don't know that I really want it to say spring. So that one may be out because of the word. This one says vintage, and I like that. That's kind of cute. And then we have one facing a different direction. No, I like the up and down. And I'm really leaning towards this one, I think. I think that's the one we're going to go with. But I think we may cut us a piece of lace out to put behind it. I think that would look really nice back there. So let me grab this piece of lace here and let's cut us a section out. I got this lace at the thrift store for $1.96. The Potter's House is what the thrift store was called. But it's a really pretty color, and it's going to go really nicely behind it, I think. Yeah, that's going to look really pretty once we cut that out and get it back there. I love it. So let's get out some scissors. I can use my fabric scissors for this. Yay, I love fabric scissors. They're so much better to work with. Cut it a little bit outside here. I'm not worried if it's exactly straight because I just want it to be kind of grunged up there. Move our big piece. I do want to cut this little edging off. I don't want that on there. So we'll just cut that right off. There we go. And this, oh, we got a pointy corner there. I don't want that. That'll look good there with this on top, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. So we'll glue that down with our Fabri-Tac. Get it to come out of here. I hope I've covered a big enough area. Oh, we had it this way, didn't we? Yeah, like that. Then I'll put some Fabri-Tac on the back of this part. If it'll come out, come on. Come on, little glue. Oh, I'm oozing it out everywhere. But it's not coming out the bottle part, it's coming out the nozzle. That's weird. Okay, well, we've got a little bit on there. Maybe the two together will adhere nicely. Smush it down on there. It's gonna be messy. I like messy though. And that's loose there, so we'll put a little bit of glue on that. Just rub that on there. There we go. Oof! Messy, messy. I'm definitely going to have to get a new Fabri-Tac glue. Because it is making a big to-do out of that. Oh. Okay. So I love that. I think that's really nice. Do we want it to have any words other than that on? I think that's good. I think if we put any words or anything on there, it'll just be too much. I have some fabric stickers. We could try and lay one on there and see if it looks good. But I don't know that it needs it. Well, it's kind of cute, huh? We have that kind, and we have many different kinds here. Let's see which one looks the best. This one's kind of an ivory cream looking one. No. So far, that one's the winner. That one's pretty. Kind of brings a different color in there. It's kind of nice. I'm not opposed to that. We have this one. No, I don't like that. I think I like this one with the different color being pulled in. Yep, that's what we're going to go with. I'm trying to be a little bit more decisive when doing this stuff because I could sit here all day and look through stuff before I actually make a decision on putting something down. Oh, you guys, guess what? When I was cooking dinner for everybody on the farm last night, I multitasked and I colored I coffee dyed some paper. But I did a different technique this time, and it really looks cool. I can't wait till I get to show you guys, because I think you're going to love it. It has some really nice dark spots on it. And that's kind of sticking up with there, so I'll put a little bit of glue back here, if it'll work with me. Yeah, let me just get this tacky glue. It's clear. It'll be fine. But it has some great markings in it, and it is actually finishing drying. I had to unbundle them because I balled them up, not real tight, but I balled them up when I put the coffee on them. And oh, that's pretty. I think we did a good job there, you guys. Oh, that piece of paper is stuck. It's giving me bits out of there. It's fabric, not paper. But when I get to show you, it's so pretty. The only thing that I had a problem with is because while it's balled up, only part of it gets fully dry. The other part that's balled up inside doesn't get dry until you unwrap it. So you have to be very careful because the dry stuff is hard and crunchy, and the other stuff is soft and pliable. So it tears really easy. So I do have a few tear spots, but I think that's okay. I'm just going to put, I'm just going to go through and put some tape on it. I don't care if it's even, masking tape. It'll be fine. Because I think that just adds to the aged look of it. There, y'all, we did a beautiful page there for the front. Let's see what we're going to do in here. I have a fun pocket, but it's way too big for these pages. Well, it could go sideways, I guess. I don't know if I like it, though. We'll hold off on that. Let's see. See if we can make like a little cluster of stuff. Or actually, you know what? I have a snippet roll that I made. We can take part of the snippet roll and see what it looks like on there. We could just put some down it. Maybe make it a tuck out of it. we cut it right in there, right about there. I think that would work really cute. It brings some more of those colors in there. Okay, let me get my craft scissors this time because I do not want to be messing up my fabric scissors. I hope it'll cut through this. I've got a lot of glue in there. Ah, it's so tough. Ah, we got it. I made a big, huge snippet roll. Lots of stuff. 2 different ways, though, so it's not just one kind. I'm going to turn it this way. Oh, yeah, I like it that way better. And we're going to have excess. I might let some hang off the top like that. I like that. That'll work. Then we'll have just right there on the bottom. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm digging that. So let's put our glue in here. This is Aleene's Clear Tacky Glue. Now I've not really ever tried it before, but I found it in my drawer and thought, well, I'm running out of my Fabri-Tac. I might as well give it a shot. And so far, so good. It's all right. It's a little bit thick, but a lot of glues are, so I can't really fault it for that. I'm holding my breath just right so I get this glued in the right spot. I don't know if y'all ever do that, but I seem to do that a lot when I'm working on something. I just kind of hold my breath till I get it where I want it. Oh, I got glue way up there. It will have to dry. I don't know why I did that. That was kind of dumb. I knew it was going to be hanging off the edge. I don't know why I do some of the stuff I do. I've been kind of MIA a little bit lately. I've kind of had to regroup and get my thoughts together on what I'm actually wanting to do because I had lost having fun with crafting a little bit. And you can't do that. You have to have fun with it or it's not worth doing, you know? So I regrouped and realized what I actually do enjoy. And we're going to start doing some more of that. I have a quilt that we're fixing to do this week. I'll show you the pattern. This is the pattern, and I hope you can see it good in there. It is called Labyrinth, and in the pattern it has a lap size, a twin size, a queen size, or a king size. I'm going to be making the king size. That's the size my daughter's wanting, and it's by Calico Carriage Quilt Designs, and the designer is Debbie Maddie. But if you want to follow along, it's supposed to be a pretty easy quilt to do. It is one big block in the middle. There's not a bunch of small blocks. You have one huge block. So I think it's going to be fun, and we're going to get to do a little bit of that. So if you want to follow along, grab your pattern and go ahead and cut out your pieces, and we'll start from there. There are very nice directions in here, and it tells you the different fabrics that you need and the amount of them and how to cut them. So it is a very detailed pattern, and I would recommend it. So get that, and let's start this together. So enough of that little preview. Let's get back to this. We're still a little sticky in there. That's what I get for putting too much glue down. It'll be all right. It will be all right. That's what I try to tell myself about everything. I wonder if we put stenciled some of our ink on there, what we would look like. Maybe a little bit catty-cornered like that. Let's do that with our stained ink stuff. Just give it a shot and see what we come up with. I don't know, just a little color, just a little something to move in those corners. Nothing real definite, but just some, yeah, I like that. Just some extra texture look. My husband thought it was crazy this week. We went to the fabric store because I ran out of a little bit of the border fabric that I needed. And they had at the store next door, it was a store that had crystals and a lot of old things. And they had these brown bags that were grab bags. They're just Aldi bags. But you didn't know what was inside them. So I had to know what was inside one. He thought I was crazy because I just had to know. But we bought one. It was only $1. And I thought, well, for $1, I'll have the brown bag for sure. And then maybe something inside will be usable. So I got inside it, and it had the craziest stuff in it, y'all. It had, oh, that's going to be pretty in there. That's a good size for it. Let's ink that. It had an old iron inside it. Not old like vintage, like just one that was used and wore out kind of thing. So it was trash, basically. I had a couple of spatulas, so I could use the spatulas in here in my craft room. It had a pair of earrings. They weren't very cute at all, but they were in there. And it had a shell, a seashell that was like broke open or cut open. And it was weird looking. I threw it away too. So the only thing I really ended up keeping out, oh, it did have this little cute bag that was in it. So the things that I kept were the 2 spatulas and the bag. And of course the brown sack. My husband thought it was crazy because he thought the only reason I wanted it was for the brown bag. Which I really did just want the brown bag. But I was hoping I would get something of value inside. And I did. I got a couple of little things that made it worth $1. You know, it's just $1. And it was fun. We had a good time opening it, myself and my daughter. And, oh, that's so pretty in there. Look at that, y'all. I love it. A lot of good journaling space. The whole back of that. Oh, I need to put a little color on that too, don't I? Smooth this up a little bit so I can put a little color down. And it doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason. It's just color. Just color to be dingy and old looking. I don't even re-ink or anything. I just use what's on there. And if it goes all over it, that's great. If it don't, that's okay too. But now it's a good place to journal. And you can journal some behind that. That'll be really nice. Okay. Now we have this side. What do we want to put on that side? Do we want to put anything elaborate or just something small? Let me get my little small bag of little small stuff out. It's not a small bag. It's a bag that some other stuff came in. But I cut some things out in here, so we'll see if we have something in there that will go nicely. I don't know if you can see that unless I do it up here, so we'll do it up here. I have these tags, ticket things, some numbers. Oh, I like the little cigar thing. That might be kind of cool, just kind of peeking out. He might be good on there. We might just have to make us a little cluster. I like that one, Love Blooms Here. We can cluster with that. Maybe a little small something. Oh, how about this little bitty stamp? That'll be cute on there. We'll cluster those few things and put them together. Get rid of those tickets. Oh, whatever that is. It was trying to hang on. Okay, let's see. How do we want to stack these little babies up? I hate to cover up the cigar word, but I kind of almost have to. Maybe if we did it like that, you think? I think that's cute. I could just staple it together. I just don't know if I really like the look of staples, though. Okay, I'm just going to glue it. Just going to glue it. But I'm going to use my regular glue glue. Because it doesn't require a whole bunch of tackiness to glue that. Oh, I got the little tag a little bit too, didn't I? The little stamp. It's alright, it's got to get glued on there too, doesn't it? I like it kind of catty-cornered there. That's a cute little cluster. It's going to look good. Now, where do we want to put it? In the corner? Over the top of that? I think it's kind of cute up there over the top of that. So we'll glue it down there. But I will use some fabric glue if I can get it to come out, since it is going to go on fabric. Ah, there we go. Oh, I almost put it upside down. Did y'all catch me doing that? I know y'all would have told me if you could have spoke to me. Smush it good by your page because it's so bulky with all the trim. I think I like that just like that. I think that's good for a page. We'll flip on over. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty stuff. I do have this picture that I think is just adorable. It's got 3 kids on it. But I think it may be too big for this. Well, yeah, kind of. It's kind of cute, though. It goes right on the edge of the lace. If I put it in there like that. And we could let it be a little pocket. Okay, y'all talked me into it. Let's put some glue down. I hope you're having fun in your craft room today. Today is a really nice day out here in Arkansas. And I am praying for a few of my friends today that are going through some things. So if y'all would be in prayer with me about it. You don't have to know exactly what it is. I won't tell anybody's business on here. I don't think that's fair to them. But I will tell you that they're unspoken prayers that really need some prayer warriors behind them. And if that is your thing, I would love for you to be able to pray for them. You don't even have to know their name. Just know they're unspoken prayers for friends. There, that is so cute. So cute. Let's find something to put in it. Do we want to do another postcard? I really like those postcards. But I may like them too much. Let's see what else we got in here. We made some stuff before. In here, we made that. It's kind of little, though, I think. I might could put 2, though. What if I put 2 things in there? We've got this one with a little man on it, too. That's kind of cute. But you know I like things in 3s. Zena would be yelling at me right now because I get on to her all the time about stuff being in 3s. Let's put this one back there. Oh, yeah. That'll work just fine. There we go. 3. Zena, aren't you happy? I love it. I love it. So this side doesn't really need to be that busy because it's got so much going on this one side. Let's find something to put in there. I don't know if this will work. This is a picture of my grandma and her sisters on there. It'd be so cute, I think. I think I'm going to put that there. I really like it. And I think she would be honored that I'm using her picture. I have, my mom brought me a lot of family photos. They're old black and white photos that I have scanned in, and I'm getting ready to be able to print some off to use. So I'm looking forward to doing a family journal, and just with some really cool pictures. I also bought some pictures from eBay. I won a lot on eBay, and I've scanned those in, so I'll be able to print them off. And it's going to look so cool with some actual real photos instead of just the paper dolls and the printed out papers. Yeah, how cute is that? Do we want to put a flower or something on there with it? I don't know. Oh no, that's too big. That's like gigantic. I don't know that I'm in love with that. No, just too big. Do we have anything smaller in this little stack? I don't know that it's smaller, but it's a different shape. Nope, no good. What if I cut that off? Nope, no good still. One more try on the flowers. I'm not opposed to that one. but I don't know that I'm in love with it either. There's a few more flowers down in here. Let me try and see if any of them are going to be the right size. And look. This is a little cluster. It might not be bad right there. We'll try maybe that. Let's see what else is in here. Of these. No, too big. Okay, I think that's going to be at that little bitty one right there. Because I think it's just the right size. I think anything bigger is going to take away from the photo and what's going on. So let's undo this little baby. These are really nice flower stickers. Jen Peterson got them and sent them to me for my birthday. I really love them. I've been using them a lot. They're wonderful stickers, but they are so hard to get that little plastic backing off. I think that's maybe just me because I cut my nails off too short, but they drive me crazy when they get a little bit long. I seem to catch them on everything. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it, y'all. Yeah, I think we'll layer it over that some. Oh, yeah. There we go. That looks really nice. That's a nice little page. And that gives a lot of journaling space there. Let's flip on over here. What do we want to do here? We need some different stuff. I got some different kind of stuff in here. We'll figure this out. I have that really pretty rose, but it doesn't really go on this page. None of these really do. This one might. Yeah, that one's kind of cute. We'll use her. And maybe a little piece of fabric. What if we just use a little piece of snippet roll? Just a little piece that's already collaged together. I don't know if it needs to have that button on it. I don't think so. But I think maybe just a piece from right in the middle there would be nice. So let's cut that out. We'll use that for something else. Let's see what size we need this to be. Right about up there. There we go. Should we put that at the bottom? I think that kind of anchors it more on the page. Yeah, I think that's pretty. What do you think? Do you think top or bottom? I don't know, it kind of pulls you to the middle of the page when you have it up there, doesn't it? We'll do that, but I'm going to cut off this little edge. That thing's driving me crazy. It looks so random out there. And it is glued in there good, of course, because I love glue. There we go. We got it off there. Now let's put us some glue on the back of this thing. Oh man. I made some ATC cards the other day, and I used the gesso that we made together and gessoed some playing cards, and then did jelly printing on top of the gessoed side, and that worked really nicely. The only thing that I did learn from it was that you have to be really smooth with your gesso, or you're going to see every little lump and bump that it leaves when it dries. So I will have to be mindful of that next time I do any of those. I've got a lot of big glue out there. There we go. Now I need to glue her down. Let's get our little crafty glue. We need to ink her first, don't we? Y'all are about to let me do it without inking. Look at y'all. I was watching a video by G. Kerr the other day, and she was using toilet paper rolls to do some stuff, and I think I'm going to try and follow some of her videos and make videos doing that, so that you guys can kind of see, because it was really neat. She was using the toilet paper roll as a base, but she has a video on how to flatten them out and all of that. So it's basically like you're using chipboard, but you're actually getting it from your toilet paper rolls. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's an ingenious way of using those up. And I am saving a few up now, so I'll have some. It's not really something I just saved to start with, but now that I know, I'm going to be saving some and doing a video with those because it makes some really nice pieces. Her pieces turned out so cute. And I can see some of that being done and put in some of my books. So I'm going to try that. And Miss Zena taught us how to do waterfall envelopes. And the other day I started this one. And I got it covered and decorated. And so all I have to do now is to fill the pockets. This is one of my ATC cards that I made, and I put that in one of the pockets. It's probably my favorite one of the ATC cards that I made. But I'll show you the other ones. They're right here, so it's not sticking to the paper towel. They turned out really nice. There's that one. They're all kind of steampunky. I kind of was feeling that day, that mood. And lots of buttons and puffy stickers, things like that, that I could put on there with them. I took apart some old jewelry and used pieces of it. Some rub-ons there. But I thought they turned out really nice, and then I did labels on the back of them. I made some labels the size that they needed to be. That way all I had to do was put a title and a date in it when I was ready and made them. So I'll look forward to being able to trade out some ATC cards with some of y'all, hopefully. If you're interested, just send me a message. My email is cherishedaughter2010@yahoo.com. And let me know that you're interested and send me your address and I'll send you an ATC card so we can swap them out. I would love to do that with some people. It'll be my first time ever swapping ATC cards. I like that. What do you guys think? Do you think that looks like it belongs? I think it does. I think it fills that space really nice. Let's see. We need a pocket or something over here. So let's try to make one out of one of these postcard or envelope things. I kind of like that one. Let's pull it out and see what it looks like. If we used it, we could use it this way, and it would be a side little tuck if we wanted to. Or we could do it this way and be an actual pocket. I really like it kind of sideways. I think that's cute. I like the angle better. The space that it feels better. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put it there because I think it's cute. So let's just do that. And I am gluing and did not, oh my goodness, I did not distress it. You guys, y'all got to get on me. Hopefully my glue doesn't fall off the edge. I'm getting my hands in it. Y'all knew I'd do that, didn't you? I bet y'all knew ahead of time. I hope I'm not getting glue on my sponge. Okay. And now we want it this way, up about. Put it down that trim. Do it across the bottom and up the side. Yay, now we got a cool tuck. It's going to look so good there. What do we want to tuck back there? We need something good. I don't know that I really want anything with a lot of writing. I have this that's like a little calendar thing. No, I don't like that. I think these have too much writing on them for what I'm wanting. Maybe, no, not really the right coloring for it. I say. What do we have over in this bundle back here? One of these bags has got to have something good in it. Let's try this bag and see if there's anything we want to use out of it. We have that. That's pretty big. That's a nice size. And it's a different color that gets pulled in. Well, that's kind of fun. Just indulge yourself. Sure, why not? Let's use that. Let's ink it up. Ink it up, people. Ink it up. You don't know that the ink's really going to show much with this dark stuff, but we're going to do it anyway. I probably should try and round these corners, huh? I think that might look good. We'll try that. I'll have to get my punch out. Let me grab that punch over here. Little corner rounder. I think I like this bigger side over here. Yeah, that looks nice. Do I want to do all four? Sure. Sure. Nice. And I probably need to ink those corners that I cut now. I do think so backwards sometimes. I don't know why. You think I was born backwards or something? These papers, this paper is a paper that I jelly printed, and we are getting ready to do a jelly print live with Miss Zena and Jennifer Peterson, What Jen Ran Scraps. I think that's, yeah, What Jen Ran Scraps, that's it. Ooh, that's so pretty. That is luscious. Oh, I don't know that I want to put anything on that. I know what I'll put on there. I bought some ledger paper. I finally found some at one of our office stores. I don't know why I'm trying to tear from the back, but we'll cut a piece of it out and make a little journal spot there with it. Oh, I don't know, guys, if I like it. I might just cut like this little area right here out. Let me get this cutter and cut it. I'll just cut it back here. Y'all can talk to y'all. Y'all are good. You're good. Just talk amongst yourselves. That's what Lizzie always says. Well, I'm wondering, I think maybe a center of that one would be good. And then we'll cut off that top little area so it cuts it down. We might use those scraps, who knows? It's kind of pretty. You think we should put it on this page or just put it on this page? That page already is good for journaling on, and we'll put something small on it. I don't know that I like it now that I've got it there. That's so sad. Well, why did I even cut it then? What if we turn it up and make a little pockety thing out of it? I think I would like that better. So let's just distress that some so it's not so new. Not so new and crisp. Make some little agey looking spots on it. It is just regular paper though. It's not cardstock, so it will be a little bit more delicate kind of pocket. I guess that's okay. The whole back will be glued down, so. That works good. Okay, let me glue these two sides so that we can glue the whole thing. if I glue this short piece, I'll have the exact length instead of... There we go. There I go, holding my breath again. All right. Nice. That is done very nice. I got glue on stuff, of course. Get my little handy dandy paper towel here. Now we got to glue the whole back of it. This book is so pretty, and I don't really do anything with these books when I'm done making them. So I was thinking about maybe putting this one on Etsy to see if they would sell for me. And that would kind of help support my habits. My crafting habits, that is. So I'm hoping I get this kind of a universal kind of look for people, as far as what they think would work for them and not specifically toward me or anything. There we go. That looks good. Smush it down good. All them corners. Yeah. Nice. Ah! Glue everywhere. Okay, what do we want to put in it? I've got this. No, it's too big. Something like this, maybe? It's really kind of hard for it, I think. Too hard. I have this little page. It's kind of cute, just catacornered in there like that, I think. I think I'm going to do that. You won't be able to pull it out, but you could still stick something in front of it if you wanted to. Yeah, I'm doing that. I like it. I love old music, hymnals and stuff. That I got this book of old hymnals from Potter's House. We have a Potter's House and a Goodwill here. We have a couple of other smaller secondhand kind of stores, but they really like their stuff. They their pricing is way too high for junk journaling. We would have to charge outrageous amounts just for the books because their pricing is so high. There we go. We got them tucked in there. That's nice. That brings some of our blue into the picture too, from being all that really pretty color in the background. I just love that jelly print. That turned out so nice. So cute. Okay, y'all know I gotta try to see if I got something to stick in that now. I'm making such a mess. I've got stuff laid out everywhere. I better move some of it. I'll be having it all in the glue. That's my bag of small stuff. I think that's too small though. What about something kind of medium-ish? Something out of this bag maybe? Oh, I have these little tags. We could put something like one of these in there. And it would slide in there pretty good. It's still pretty wet from the ink and the glue, so I'm trying to be real careful with it. Yeah, that'd be cute in there. I like it. I like it, I like it. I will ink it. I will ink it up. All pretty and grungy. The store that I was telling you guys about in Gentry that I went to, that was like the crystal-y kind of store next to the fabric store, he had stamps that were of Hitler back in the day. And he also had a bunch of World War II envelopes and things like that that were so cool. They were actually had been, what did he call that? Censored. Because back in World War II, they would have a time where people would try to send their mail through another country to get here so that it wouldn't be checked. And so these were actually censored envelopes that, we need some stamp or something there, that had gone through, and they had the censoring and everything on there. And it was really neat. It surprised me how interesting the stuff was that he had. why don't we use one of these little stamps? I haven't used it yet. There's my block. And I think we'll use black ink because we have black ink on the music paper there. So this is the stamp, and I'm trying to decide which one I think would be cutest there. That one fits really good there. That fits really good. That's not bad. It's a little small. That one's pretty good there. Okay. That one's a little small. I don't know that I like that or that. And the medallion in the middle is always a good choice. So do we want the medallion, the U.S. postage paid permit, or Brooklyn, New York one? I think I'm leaning towards this Brooklyn, New York one just because it fills the space a little better. So we'll try that one. I like these clear stamps because you can do that. You can lay them over it and see what actually is going to work good for you. And I have a block that has lines on it, so it's easier to line stuff up and get it right if I'm not trying to stick my head in the view. There we go. And I have some Stays On ink that I got. It's the first time I get to use it. Oh, there we go. It had a paper in it. See, create side swatch label for stacked pads. Oh, that's cool. I like it. I like it. It smells good. That's funny that I would notice the smell, huh? The ink smells good. Okay, I hope this is getting it because my book is a little bit curved. It did. It did really good. And that part is actually cut out in the stamp, so it's supposed to be there. So cute. Look at that, guys. Oh, I love the smell of that stamp. Ink. That is so strange. I don't usually smell ink. That is really odd. Okay, we'll keep this out because we may want to use it again, one of these other ones, for something. So we'll keep it out to the side. That page turned out really good. I like it. Now we need to do this page. And we probably don't need a huge bit of stuff there because we need the room for journaling on. I like this with the little button. I think I'd cut this little smidget off there though because it's kind of in the way. And let it kind of drape over. That's kind of cute, huh? We'll do that. We will glue that puppy on. It's not a puppy, but you know. My youngest daughter that still lives here at home has been sending me pictures of puppies all the time. She's really missing Queen. But I cannot get another puppy because we don't need another dog. We have one dog and we have 2 cats, and that is more than we need. And I like it the way it is. It's not overwhelming, and my dog is a little bit older, so I don't have to fuss and figure out all the potty training and all that good stuff that comes along with the puppy. So I think she's getting a little more content with it because she started letting Honey come to her bedroom with her and stuff. So I think she's decided that she can actually, you know, take up with Honey some. And that's good. That's real good. Y'all, that looks so cute on there. Man, I used a lot of really hard glue in this. They're stiff. So cute. Gonna have to be careful about that bulk though. This page I love because I had a doily on it when I tea stained it. Coffee stained it. I don't know why I always say tea stain. And I really want to use one of these little rose cards in here. I'll put it right in the middle. I think that'd be pretty. And journal all around it. Yeah, that'd be nice. It looks like it had cut corners, but it didn't, so I'm going to cut them before I finish doing this because they need to be rounded off. I don't know if they're going to round far enough. Let's try a different hole. This hole. Well, it's a little better. I hope I'm in screen for y'all. I don't know if you can see me doing this or not. Okay. Now we can keep inking. This makes it look really aged and old and worn. We went on, my daughter and I went on last night to Etsy and looked at a lot of printables. She was picking out printables that she liked for her book that she's making. And we, of course, found a ton of them. I don't know how that, I guess that flower goes up like that. So we ended up with a whole cart full. So I've got enough printables to last me for like 5 or 6 books. There's so many printables that we printed between it and the last time that I did them. It will be printable heaven around here. I got a new printer, and I got the Epson EcoTank printer. And y'all, if you're on the fence about getting one, don't be. It will save you so much money in ink. I have already printed almost 2 reams of cardstock paper, and it still is not even halfway down on the ink. It is amazing, amazing. And I would have already had to buy 2 rounds of ink for my other printer, and they're $60 a set for the other ink that I was having to buy. So I didn't print much then, but I do print now. I like it. I like it. It's simple enough. What are we going to do over here? We need something. Something. That may be too big. I think that's a little too big. What else do we got? We have this one. It's still really big though, and that's a little too much fabric going on. It's a little piece of that fabric, but it's too close to that, so it wouldn't work. With that one, it just brings too much of it together. I don't know why I keep pulling the pieces that have fabric on them. That's a nice big piece. And I like the colors in it. I like that. I think we're going to put that one there. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And we'll leave it as a pocket, of course. I am just gluing the 3 edges, is all I'm doing, just so it will stick down and create the pocket. I don't know if you're being able to see me glue that or not, so I don't know that you are. So let me do it like that, so you can kind of see what I'm doing too, because this is where I'm at. Okay. Put that, I like it over that, so we'll do it like that there. Smush it down where all the glue is. It's so cute, isn't it? I love that cluster. That turned out really good. It has just a little bitty piece of that fabric, but not enough to pull away from everything else. And I'm going to use another postcard. Oh, I'm knocking stuff over, y'all. Let me pull one out of here. Maybe one of the bigger ones back here. I've got an order blank. That might be kind of cool. I do like that, I think. I think I like that. I like the size of it and everything. Let me try this postcard just in case. Nope, the order blank is just right. And I'm not even going to ink it. I'm going to leave it like it is. Just for something a little different. And there's lots of journaling behind this and behind that, so that'll be good. And you can journal all around and across this if you wanted to. That's kind of a cute little thing. Wonder what it would look like if we put it in here. What if we put it like this and I cut the piece corners off? I think I like that. just glue it on there and cut the corners. We fold that piece up so I know where to cut. I had to fold this piece up quite a bit. It's kind of stiff right there too. Okay, let's chop it up. I don't know. I just thought it looked interesting. There was a piece. And here's another piece. Chopped off. Oh yeah. That's going to be cute there. Like a little side tuck thing. Okay. Where am I gluing? Gluing across the bottom. Here. And up that one side. We're going to cross over that lace a little bit, just because I think it's kind of interesting to do that. It's got a glue in there, it's got a hold. This is that tacky glue. It doesn't glue near as fast as Fabri-Tac does. I wish it did. I don't know of a really good glue that does hold really quick. Like this is the Aliens tacky glue and it doesn't seem to hold near as quick as that Fabri-Tac. So I tend to use a lot of Fabri-Tac, which isn't really good because it defeats my purpose of having its more expensive glue, you know. Okay, that's our little tuck. I may need to put a little clip on that while it dries, because I am not going to sit and hold that forever. For like forever. Put one there. These are just little quilt clips that I bought off of eBay or Amazon One, and you get like 100 of them for like $5 or something. It's really cheap, but they are so handy, especially in this crafting. There we go. Now we can figure out what we're going to put in that little corner. There. Oh, I didn't put any of this on it, did I? Just a little touch. Okay, that's good enough. That's kind of nice. It kind of pulls all that together, doesn't it? We'll do that. And this other page, I want it to be real simple. I don't want a lot of stuff there, so let's find a little image of some kind that we can just stick over there to just be a little interest. What do we got? What do we got? Dun, 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 dun. These are so cool. They don't go in this book. They really don't match, but I love them because they're like little sewing themed printables. So cute. Had to show y'all. There's lots of little things in here. In this silly little bag. But I'm being really picky, I think. What about that? No, I don't know. I don't know about that. I can't decide on that. So I guess that means no, right? When you can't decide on it. That means not gonna happen. Butterflies. I don't know why I want to use a butterfly in this book so much, because I keep pulling butterflies out. He's not bad there. Maybe even cat-a-cornered a little bit. No, I don't want him. No, no. Dun, 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 dun. I got a little bitty rose thing there. I like that. I like the little rose thing. We'll go with that. Strange how I just kind of pull up with one. I just like that. Okay. We'll do that. I like that. Like that. Right there. Right there. Let's ink this baby up. I've even got a tear in that, but that's okay because it's going to glue down even. And tears are fun. I might even just bend that over and put a little ink in there. Why not? That's what old stuff does. There. Looks good, doesn't it? All inky. Since that tacky glue is not drying any better than this Elmer's glue, I'm going to use this Elmer's glue all if it's not too clogged up there. Feels like I got it clogged up. Let me get the pen. That's the bad thing about glue, is the clogging up. Okay. Now I can put some glue on there right away. I like this Elmer's glue all because you can do it as thin or as thick as you want it, and you have a little bit of time to move stuff. That's why I actually like it. And it comes out of the bottle super easy. There we go. Now we need to glue our flower like that, I think. Yeah. It's just so sunshiny outside today. I really should probably be spray painting my headboard, but all I wanted to do was craft, so crafting 1. I am distressing a headboard for my bedroom. I've already painted it with the gray chalk paint, and I'm going to spray over it with a white chalk paint. I got it in a spray can instead of using my stuff that I made because it was just so much easier to do outside. And it has worked really nicely, but the weather has been so back and forth that I've had to wait a lot of time in between doing things, which is fine. It gives it time to cure, I guess, but I don't know. I get bored with projects really easy when I have to wait a long time. There, that's pretty. That looks really nice on there, I think. I almost feel like it just needs a little something else. I wonder if we just kind of ripped this stuff off of there some, and could we finagle it in there to work some? No, it really does not go. I just had it sitting on my desk and thought, well, I really need to use that. I have to fight myself because the strings that I put on to hold the outside of this book together is lace, and I keep wanting to cut that lace to put in the book. And I have to remember that I actually don't need to do that because that is part of the book already. Well, you guys, we have done several pages together. Let's go back here to the beginning and recap. We did our cover here. It's a pocket. And being happy never goes out of style. That is true. And, oh, that's a pocket. I almost pulled it apart. It's our little tuck pocket. And we put this, did I glue it in there? Oh, I almost glued it in there. That don't even belong. Yeah, I got a little glue there. So I need to clean that off. It just makes it look older, but I don't want it to be glued in there. So I'll keep it out a little bit further this time. Kind of did that all the way down it, I think. Yeah. We'll leave that kind of poking out some like that. We have this one, blooms here, with the little cluster. We did this one. It's 3 tags in the pocket that we made with the little kids. My grandma's picture, and she's so pretty. It's so pretty in there. We did this little tuck with the tag and lots of journaling space on the back and on the paper. Journaling space all around her. She's very pretty. I love that button trim. Then we made this little pocket, and we did this catty corner with a music sheet and then just tucked a tag in there. Little cluster here with our snippet roll. Just a simple page there. And doily laying in there. We did the order blank in this pocket, and it is held together till it dries. Then we have this pocket here, and it's really more of a tuck, and we just tucked this homemade cluster tag in there. And the flower over here. And that is as far as we've gotten. But you guys, we've done a lot of it together on this video, so I don't want to hold you too much longer. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Please leave comments and let me know, you know, kind of what your day's like, what your week's going on, what you're crafting. I do have a Facebook page, and it is called Thread and Glue. So definitely come on over there and join up with us, and let's have a good time sharing what everyone is doing on there. And I want to read to you from our book. I haven't forgotten our book. We are right here, and it says, God chooses to heal or not to heal for his own reasons, but all his decisions come from his love. He cannot love us any more or less than he does at this moment. Whether he chooses to heal or take us home, his love remains constant. And that's true. It's a really hard thing to accept sometimes, because we don't want to lose our loved ones. We don't want them to go on to heaven without us. It's kind of selfish, really, of us. But it's innate. It's something that all humans deal with. And we have to look at it as being their end goal of what they wanted to accomplish in their life. And if he chooses to heal someone, that's great. That's a miracle, and it's wonderful when it happens. And it does happen. It happens a lot. But there are also times when healing is not in his plan. His plan is to bring them home. And we have to accept that they've run their race and that it is their time. So anyway, I won't go any further in depth in my thoughts with that, but I'll leave you with that, and I'll look forward to talking to you guys again on the next one, and I'll see you then. Have fun.